Week 8 is the NFL trade deadline. Welcome back to Giants franchise. And today, things are going to be shifted quite a bit. We are 5-2, of course, won the Super Bowl last year. But as they always say, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse because the teams around you could be getting better. And I would say the biggest thing that has been a point of emphasis this year is upgrading the receiver room. We drafted Kendall Weathersby at the end of the first round. You guys probably know he hasn't seen the field a whole lot up to this point, and he's just not ready to see the field. Short route running, medium route running, just not very good. He's more athlete than actual receiver up to this point, so we're just still going to try and develop him, but receiver has been a big problem for us, I would say. Defensively, I like the way the defense is playing. For the most part, we don't get any pass rush, but that's just kind of the way it is. Azeez Ojulari is injured, so Derek Cooper's filled in at right end. But we're upgrading the receiver room today, and we have two potential pieces that could be traded. One, Kadarius Toney had a couple of big plays in the Super Bowl, especially that punt return, longest punt return in Super Bowl history. However, he's not on the Giants anymore, so that is just maybe some type of a bias internally where I might want to trade him just because he's not on the team in real life. But, you know, there are some things to like about Kadarius Toney, surely. And we don't exactly have a clone of him on the roster in Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale at this point is just worse in every way by a lot. So I don't know if we can count on Wan'Dale. Larry Smith is a really awesome deep threat. Odell is potentially a problem. He's 32 years old, right? It's not a great situation. It was awesome to bring him back to the Giants, and, you know, he's in his third year back with the team. However, with just 1 year remaining, for someone that we know is regressing and getting worse and will continue to get worse, he is somebody that, although he might be important to our run right now, he's not exactly somebody that I think we're going to be able to count on going forward if we want to stay better and get better. So I might be motivated to make a move. You know, looking through the draft class, I'm not exactly overwhelmed with the talent. Yes, there are some good players. Keenan Posey looks like he could be especially good, although not the craziest of athletes. Is a good-looking player, you know, middle of the first round, but for the most part, I'm not in a position where I absolutely have to get any of these guys and I have to have ammunition to be able to trade up. I'm just not. And the player I'm interested in targeting is Jalen Waddle. You guys may know I'm a very big Jalen Waddle fan in real life. He only has star development in the game, but he is 26 years old, much younger than Odell Beckham Jr. is. There are some similar aspects to their games where I think we could use them in a similar way. I just think Jalen Waddle at this point is going to be a better separator and better for us as a player. So I am very interested in potentially acquiring him. He is on a very large contract with Miami Dolphins. 4 years remaining. It gets fairly expensive, but they have Tyreek Hill, they have Van Jefferson. Not that Van Jefferson's going to change much, but I do want to try and get Jalen Waddle. The other player I considered was Seattle's DK Metcalf. They have Tyler Lockett. They brought in Justin Jefferson. But the problem with DK is, for whatever reason, I think it might be the overall difference. I think Jalen Waddle's low 90s. DK Metcalf is mid 90s. He, I think, is going to be a lot tougher to trade for. DK might be a better fit for the team just because of his size. Because maybe then we keep Kadarius Toney, Larry Smith, Wan'Dale, or Kendall Weathersby. But he's going to be very difficult to get. It doesn't even make a dent with Odell. And then if I were to add in a first-round pick, still doesn't really move the needle. Now, just Odell for Jalen Waddle moves it up, I would say, significantly more. And then adding in a first-round pick doesn't get us there. But as you can see, it gets a lot closer than it was with DK Metcalf. So I think Jalen Waddle is the player we'd most likely to be able to trade for. So I'm going to try and make it work. You know, we don't have a ton of picks or anything like that, but if we're going to go for it, we might as well go for it. Try and win a Super Bowl again. And it's going to be expensive to get one of the better receivers in the game, but we're going to try and do it. And that is the trade. It is a massive one, and you could say maybe we're even giving up too much value, but it's Odell Beckham Jr., 2 first-round picks, one this year, one next year, obviously, for Jalen Waddle. We're just trying to go all out, make this team as good as possible, and I think this was a trade that had to happen. Now, Jalen Waddle instantly becomes our highest-rated receiver. I will have to give him number 17, which should be unclaimed, I would say. I don't remember anyone having 17 on our team right now. Maybe, I think Greg Sheldon wears 19. Yeah, Wan'Dale Robinson has 17. Kind of was remembering Kyle Lauletta as the last number 17 on the Giants, but Wan'Dale is 17. Why did I think he wore a different number? I don't know. Guess I just forgot. So, what is a good number that works for Waddle? Based on the Giants' retired numbers, you know, we can't use 1, 4, 7, 10, 11, 14, 14 again somehow, or 16. So just getting Odell's number kind of just makes the most sense. Unfortunately, only star development for Jalen Waddle, but he is an immediate upgrade to our receiving room. You guys might remember Dontrell Cobb got up to Superstar X Factor. I decided to give him the selfless ability, make hit stick tackles, and that gets Kayvon Thibodeau in the zone. That gets Adoree Jackson in the zone. Darnay Holmes doesn't have an ability because Dontrell Cobb has it now, but that's okay. I think that's probably for the best overall. Kayvon Thibodeau is going to be a free agent. So will Kadarius Toney. So what this means, Evan Neal also. Kadarius Toney is going to have to be re-signed. He's playing on the franchise tag, if you remember, so something will have to happen with that. Our scouting national focus. Defensive end, I suppose, is fine. Again, this class is not especially cool, in my opinion. So we'll just do defensive end, and they'll figure it out. We'll know a lot about the defensive end. It might be a position we could consider. It for sure could be. But let's go ahead and get to the debut of Jalen Waddle. We still could potentially make a trade following this game. There is potential for that to happen. Not going to guarantee it, but it could still happen depending on the results of this game. Let's go ahead and simulate training. We do have a little bit of fatigue factoring in. I did not do what I usually do, and I just let the starters go and take the regular reps. So a little bit worried about injury. And we do have a high ankle sprain for Larry Smith. Not good. So the receiving core, which just got changed up a little bit, now is going to be changed up a whole lot. No Odell Beckham Jr. on the team anymore. No Larry Smith for this game. We'll do pass protector on Andrew Thomas. So we're going to have to go ahead and see a big game from Jalen Waddle. We might see a little bit more Wan'Dale Robinson than usual. I think there's a pretty good chance we see a little bit more Kendall Weathersby than usual. +1 speed for Akil Edmonds is really nice, though. Up to an 87. He's just slow in general. So anytime we can get a speed upgrade, I'm going to be very appreciative of that. And let's go ahead and fly out west to Santa Clara, California to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Kenny Moore, new addition to that team. We saw Eric Armstead. We saw Fred Warner. I think Nick Bosa, I want to say he signed with the Giants. You got to keep in mind we're a few years into the future now. So a lot of things have changed. And what has changed most recently is that man. Number 2, Cody Bailey, has played so well for us in recent weeks. Really starting to figure it out with him. And we're performing well as a result. But this is no easy task today. Taking on one of the better defenses in the league on the road at Levi's Stadium. It's going to be a tough one. Trey Lance not having a bad season, by the way. 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. I think Trey Lance can still be a tremendous quarterback in the NFL. We've seen flashes from him. It's just unfortunate that we really haven't seen him get to play a whole lot and develop. And that, you know, really goes against him, really hurts him. Not only from a narrative standpoint, but also from a player development standpoint. He's not getting consistent reps because he hasn't been able to stay on the field, stay healthy, even after earning the starting job from Jimmy G. 2 years in the NFL now, we've seen Trey Lance, start maybe 3 or 4 games, as they got a great running back. Looking like Marshall Faulk. 2 rushes, 32 yards for Faulk. We'll go ahead and meet the offense. Yeah, I really do think Trey Lance can be good. Some of the things I'm seeing about it are crazy all the time, but he is their quarterback here. Brock Purdy, only a 58 overall. The running back is the rookie Ralph Falk. Fullback is Juszczyk. Got Deebo Samuel, the former Texas Longhorn legend Devin Duvernay, Cedric Wilson, and Lance Battles. Tight end is George Kittle. Also have Ian Thomas, Jay Sternberger. And they have Jonah Williams starting at left tackle. Walt Russell, the rookie, starts at left guard. Nick Gates, the former Giant, is their center, with Carlos Freeman at right guard and Mike McGlinchey, longtime Niner, now at right tackle. Should be a run here, and we're all over it. Dontrell Cobb finally managing to make a play on the otherwise unbelievable Ralph Falk. And we'll try to just keep him in check. He seems like he's going to be the big problem. But there's our new CB1 type in Caleb Farley making the play. Another guy, if he can just stay healthy, who knows? But in real life, it's not looking good for him. Big 3rd and 8. He's played so well for us in Giants franchise. Trey Lance looks like he's going to take off. Make a play. It's Caleb Farley again in the flat, making the play. He is a monster. 2 tackles, back-to-back plays, and big ones. That is huge to keep Trey Lance contained. Open field tackle. Jeffrey Simmons was in pursuit, but with the speed of Trey Lance, you can't really say that it's certainly going to be a tackle. And the 49ers will try a long one. This one from the logo. He's thinking he's Wyatt Anthony, but he's not Wyatt Anthony, because that thing is way short. Good hold, but Eddie Pinheiro cannot get the distance underneath the bar and then glitching out in the net. That was crazy. We're going to start from midfield, and as you can see him, number 13. No longer is it Odell Beckham Jr. It is Jalen Waddle. But he's going to have to wait for his first touch as a New York Giant. Saquon takes it for 4. Working off play action. They're blitzing. We're going to throw over the middle, and look who it is. The newest New York Giant, Jalen Waddle. Did not have to wait long for that first target, and that is a gain of 22 for the former Alabama first-round pick by the Dolphins. Nearly batted down at the line, but that is a ton of separation, a ton of space, and Jalen Waddle has a ton of speed. We're going to look to get him involved early and often. Is this a blitz? I don't really know what to expect here. It is a blitz. We're going deep for Waddle, end zone. Did not have the distance. Throwing for Duval. Ooh, that was nearly a nice play by the DB wearing number 12. Looking like a quarterback out there, but that's a tough man to get the ball from. It's Nick Duval for 20. We're inside the 10, and I think this could be a really, really good way to get Jalen Waddle the football. Now, I saw Jimmy Ward creeping up. I don't know if he's going to be able to make a play on this. Yep, totally did. Saquon couldn't get a block off. We lose a couple. 2nd and goal. Saquon gets it, fighting through would-be tacklers, eventually goes down after 3. And we are pretty much right back where we started here from the 7-yard line. Now, Jalen Waddle cannot exactly go up and get it the way I think Odell used to be able to. So I'm not sure if we're going to call his number here. But it is an option. We're going to go for the rookie, though. Weathersby cannot make a play. Nick Duval was kind of open to the flat. I worry about him actually getting into the end zone there. So felt like the one-on-one opportunity was our best shot, but we could not convert. And as we've seen so often this year, we are settling for a field goal. I'd love to score more touchdowns. I really would. But the jet touch pass to Jalen Waddle just really killed our drive, unfortunately, I think. It's a run. It is. Cobb is there, but he can't bring him down. Gore! Big hit. But this dude, Ralph Falk, is a potential problem. It's just this Kyle Shanahan 49ers run game. I don't know why we don't match up better against it, but they're just beasts. Bost cannot make the play. Edmonds rolled over. Who is this guy? He looks like the next Marshall Faulk. He looks like Frank Gore in his prime. This guy's a monster. I know Frank Gore wasn't exactly ever the best running back in the league, but go back and look at some of his early years. Yeah, he got a lot of touches, but he was real solid for a 2 or 3 year stretch. But other than that, kind of just longevity with him. But This guy is looking like a monster. The next great NFL running back, Ralph Falk. Can he catch? That's a sick route. How do we defend that? And he's throwing off Dontrell Cobb. Who is this guy? Where did he come from? Where did the 49ers find him? He's unbelievable. We need an injury. Somebody's got to really smack him. Lance going to take off. Farley can't wrap up this time. Lance still on the move. It's a big gain for the quarterback on the scramble. That's something we're going to have to watch out for today. Trey Lance is certainly capable of doing that if the receivers are not open. He can certainly do that with his legs. Ran so much at North Dakota State. As Strong will get it this time. He's no Ralph Falk, I'll tell you that. Oh, he's getting sacked. Trey Lance going down. Number 5, sacked by number 5, Kayvon Thibodeau. Getting to the quarterback. Looks like pretty much unblocked. Yeah, offensive line play at its greatest. Mike McGlinchey gave Kayvon a high five as he ran to the quarterback. A+ work from him. The right guard was like, all right, seems good to me. And Trey Lance got sacked. This could potentially end up driving the 49ers out of field goal range. We saw Pinheiro miss from about 8 yards back earlier. Maybe another sack here would be huge. And they're going to throw to the running back. Big hit. Football on the ground. It's recovered by Dontrell Cobb. Oh my goodness, nearly a huge play by the 49ers to keep the offense on the field on 3rd down. Running back got wide open. Great throw from Trey Lance, but a bigger play by the defense. A big hit jarred the football loose. Let's see it. Lance just throwing right over John Bost, and Xavier McKinney with the big hit. Certainly had possession, makes a football move, whatever you want to say. That's going to be Giants football from the 11. 2nd and 12. I think Duval is just wide open. We got to hit him on that. That's a mismatch. Again, one of the toughest players in the league to cover because of the size and speed thing. But you got to do a better job than that. They're moving everything around here. We'll just snap the ball and see what happens. Oh, that not good things. Got caught looking downfield, which is what you want to do. But when Eric Armstead's bringing it down, you got problems. You got problems. Great effort from the right guard, James Daniels. Blocking is better than ever. 2nd and 17. Rolling out and sacked. Tried to throw the football. Didn't come out in time. Well, yeah, I mean, not great. Not great overall. Just tried to throw again. I don't know. It's 3rd and whatever. We're not converting there. Decent punt, though. Kind of our best case scenario. Backed up to our own end zone like that. You know, the Niners get the ball in a really, really good spot of the field. You know, our offense leaves a lot to be desired at times. That's all I got to say. Oh, Lance sacked again. He had an opportunity to throw the ball there and plenty of open receivers, but just like I took a sack earlier with Cody Bailey, Trey Lance just didn't have quite enough time to get that throw off. John Bost got there. Looks like Robert Quinn's going to get credit for half a sack as well, despite not doing anything. Dude showed up and put his name on the group assignment on the due date. All right, well, I mean, it counts, I guess. Half a sack for Robert Quinn. He's still in, although I do probably want to just put Derek Cooper in that role. Lance going to throw to the flat. Cobb is there. Bring him down. Thank you. Derek Cooper, he's just more of a firecracker off the edge. A lot of speed, and that can be a problem for offensive linemen. Just check down Trey. Big hit from Bost. And this could have the 49ers out of field goal range. They tried one from this distance earlier, and it looks like they're going to try it again. We are prepared for a fake here. But on 4th and 11, you know, if you were going to go for it, you can keep your offense on the field. Pinheiro's kick has the accuracy and the range. Eddie Pinheiro nails from the logo this time. 49ers clearly have a lot of faith in him, and this time it pays off. That's open over the middle. It's Weathersby! Pass trails behind him. I think that's the right move. I think that's the open receiver. Just could not end up completing that pass. We might try to make this safety make a decision. We have so much speed from Waddle. We gotta go. We gotta go. Throw it up to him. Waddle on the sideline makes the leaping catch. Full extension from Waddle. That's why we brought him in. Little slot fade. And a big-time play. Would love a touchdown on that. But, you know, that's not awful coverage from Jimmy Ward. Bailey kind of throws off his back foot. Ends up being in a pretty good spot. Waddle just needed to get the 2 feet inbounds. Got the right one and then fell back in. Great play. It wasn't the touchdown that maybe we were looking for. But really not mad about that result. And we'll try play action here on first down. And we're going to get sacked. That's Jesus. Shorts off the edge. And he got to us shortly. That took half a second. Sacked immediately. Evan Neal does nothing. Just might be a quick throw to Nick Duval. Nah, we're going to have to go Waddle. Warner's great, but how can he keep up with Jalen Waddle? You aren't that fast. Nobody is. All right, 3rd and 12. Let's see who wants to get open. Nobody. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I need to go with the football there. We're going to take another sack with Cody Bailey. This is a good pass rush. And when we're caught in these situations where I feel like we have to throw the ball down the field when it's 3rd and long, it leaves us in tough spots. And we cannot score touchdowns. That's the unfortunate reality of this team this year. And to be honest, we are lucky we aren't playing teams capable of putting up a ton of points. Wyatt Anthony drills from deep. Wasn't even a good kick for me. That went way slower than I expected. But another lead for us. Yay. It's a 3-point lead. Unbelievable. Oh, what? How does he hold on? Dontrell Cobb lit him up at the catch point, and dude just shook him off like it was nothing. Got extra yards even. Give me a break. That's Dontrell Cobb. New superstar X Factor. Lance trying to scramble. He's got space. Cobb is dangerous. He slides right in front of him. We'll be 3rd and 2 for Trey Lance. Don't want to run commit here, but I think there's a really good chance that it is a run. We're going to bring our guys inside. Make a tackle. Nope. McKinney spun out by the greatest running back in NFL history, Ralph Falk. You know, I used to get torn apart by running backs in these series. Most often, as Trey Lance is getting sacked, Jeffrey Simmons in there, Derek Cooper in there, but it was always Thomas Rawls of the Seahawks, or Marlon Mack. You guys are probably going to especially remember. But some random rookie on the Niners, not what I expected. 3rd down and 4. A minute and a half to play here in half number 1. And that's a quick throw over the middle. Dude, these randoms are killing me. And I know Cedric Wilson is a real guy. He's not random, but he's being too much of a problem right now. Oh, my goodness. It's not even Deebo Samuel. If it was Deebo, whatever, that's fine. It was Texas Longhorn legend Devin Duvernay. Can't be too mad about it, but I'm a little mad. Finally an incompletion. And it was only incomplete because the receivers got bumped. That was the only reason. 2nd down and 10. John Boss will probably be cooked in man coverage here on George Kittle. He's going to stay in a block. He's going to run? No, Boss, make the tackle. Kittle goes down. Timeout, San Francisco. 53 seconds remain. I can't go man coverage here. We got to go cover 3. Don't let them into the end zone. Our only job. Keep them in front of you. Falk, big hit. We're going to call a timeout. Okay, 40 seconds and 2 timeouts to get into scoring range. I can't throw it away. I tried. I think having played for a little while and just kind of panicking and not really getting rid of the football, I feel like that's all I can say right now. I mean, that probably would have been picked. We might just, yeah, we're going to run the ball. Take it to the half here and just live to fight another day, right? We're going to go into the locker room, hopefully make some changes, and, you know, recalibrate a bit. Sky kick here. We want hang time. Get that ball up. No return. And there we go. That is the first half. It's 6-6. You know, it's not everything I dreamed of, I'll tell you that. That's sometimes how these games go. We'll look to be better in the second half. That's all I got for you. But at least we get the football to start half number 2. Greg Sheldon takes it back and returns it close to the 25, pretty much. All right, can't throw means more Saquon Barkley. Looking for space, finding at least a little bit. We'll take that, 2nd and 5. It might be the Saquon Barkley show here in the second half. Just need the offensive line to kind of bully this Niners group a little bit. And it's just not really happening. Saquon made that one happen on his own. I feel like their coverage is so amazing. Not this time. Duval open, outrun him. Let's go, Nick. It's a big-time play from the big tight end. That's what we needed on 2nd and 10. Just somebody get open. But their man coverage is so sticky. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. Give Saquon some blocks. Evan Neal. That's good enough. That's the most successful quick pitch we've ever run. Given this field position, I'm really comfortable passing the ball here. Because I would call it 4-down territory. Almost no matter what, as Duval will catch that. It's a big stiff arm and a broken tackle. Duval's still on his feet. That should be the 1st down, and he got it. Should have thrown to Odell, but just the timing worked out just enough so that both routes were covered. We just went for the check down. Saquon looking for space. James Daniels, go out and block somebody, please. RPO. There we go, Saquon. Yeah, we are really figuring it out here in the 3rd quarter. Just give Saquon Barkley the football, and things are going to be okay. Although when Saquon's not in, makes that a little bit more difficult. Zach Beck into the game. And, yeah, he's just not quite the playmaker that Saquon is. And I will say, keep this on the down low. That's wide open. Nick Duval, touchdown! We'll get back to that thought in a second. Working through the reads, found Nick Duval wide open. Cody Bailey delivers a strike, and we get our first touchdown of the game here in the 3rd quarter. What type of coverage is that? Kenny Moore left in the dust. Had to have been his own coverage, but yes, it was cover 2, and the safety just never accounted for Nick Duval potentially going deep on that play and left that half essentially wide open. Finally, finding the end zone. It's 13-6, and while I'm talking about tight ends here with Nick Duval, there was a trade explored involving Jaden Rhodes, potentially for a receiver. Did not end up materializing, but Jaden Rhodes, the backup tight end, was almost dealt today. It is a run. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm so sick of 46 on their team. 10 rushes for 81 yards. He hasn't even broken one, by the way. It's just consistent domination. Every run goes for 8 yards. 2nd and 2 for the Niners. There goes that man. And there he goes. I spoke too soon. Ralph Falk into the open field. He shoves down Darnay Holmes, and he is gone. Oh, God. Ralph Falk, he shook off his Xavier McKinney tackle, and he was gone. Glenn Gore leaped, couldn't get him. Darnay Holmes shoved to the turf. He's a special player, man. What else can you say? We blitzed right at him, and he just shook everybody off, or outrun everybody. And my entire second half strategy was defend the inside run and shut down Ralph Falk. We can't do it. We simply cannot do it. He can't be contained. This play could be really awesome if we have the time. We're just going to have to check it down. It's going to be illegal man downfield. Did we really not get the ball out quickly enough? It took like a second.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Okay. That's frustrating. I know it's an RPO. The ball has to come out like immediately. But I felt like that came out pretty quickly. Although not quickly enough. Now it's 2nd and 11. Weathersby's open. I wish we could just have him go up the field where there's nobody. Instead, we have to settle for, what, 8 yards, 9 yards? San Francisco got a challenge. I feel like he was definitely in. It's a bad challenge. They lose a timeout as a result, and it's 3rd and 2. Can we just clear out with Weathersby? I think so. Weathersby clear out. Would leave Jalen Waddle wide open. I like the idea of Saquon on this. Nick Duval's just so open. We got to hit him. We got to hit him. Not what I planned on when we called that play, but we had to. We had no choice. He's wide open up the seam. Got to take advantage of that. And if they continue to leave Nick Duval in one-on-ones where he can just dominate, we're going to keep dominating. Pretty big package in here. Do we still run the ball? I think we take a shot on first down from 42. Play action. It's not good. It's not, nothing about that was good. Going deep for Waddle. End zone. Got to him. He held on. Jalen Waddle, what a play. Potentially had Nick Duval up the seam, but we choose to go to the sideline. Bailey takes a huge shot, but delivers enough of a strike. Waddle makes a great play. Feet are down. That is a touchdown. Got an elbow down too. What an all-around play from our playmakers there, Cody Bailey and Jalen Waddle. Just throw the ball up sometimes. And this was the tough decision. We have basically an unblocked player because Evan Neal's bad. Do we throw it to Duval, right? Or do we throw it to Waddle? The decision was made to throw it to Waddle. Duval maybe slightly more open. You just think that it might be easier for Jimmy Ward to turn around or just not turn around, just continue going after Duval. So we went for the speed threat, and you know what? It worked out. He's got 161 total yards. I can't remember the last time we were dominated like this playing against a running back. I really don't. Maybe you guys do. Maybe Cam Akers. We played the Rams in the playoffs, or maybe he was on the Falcons at that point. Cam Akers, I know, had a really good game against us. Can't remember exactly when that was. It might have been last year in the playoffs. I'm sure in year one, we got crushed by some running backs too. Can't remember them exactly. But this dude is another level of annoying. Lance gonna run. What are we supposed to do there? Big hit by Cobb. Oh my goodness, Trey Lance got so lucky. They faked the bubble screen to George Kittle. And, of course, with Dontrell Cobb, I'm going to cover that. And Lance just took off. It was, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well, we did what we could. It's 4th and 1, and the Niners will punt. So it was an excellent, excellent stop. Jamie Gillen, the former Giant, will kick it deep back to Greg Sheldon, who is wrapped up expeditiously. Jalen Waddle's debut is going well. 5 catches for 119 yards and a touchdown. You know, the offense still is going to run through Nick Duval as a receiver, but Jalen Waddle is a really nice threat on the outside. We got wrapped up instantly. Wide open, Weathersby, he's off to the races! He's got track speed, but he's pushed out of bounds by Jimmy Ward. That's all right, though. Maybe the biggest play of Kendall Weathersby's career. His second catch on the game, now over 50 yards total. I said we were going to see more of him today, and I wasn't kidding. He's stepping kind of into that Larry Smith role, and he's just wide open on the sideline. That's got to be a touchdown, to be honest. It really has to be. A little bit frustrating there for sure, especially because I know how we perform, you know, at this end of the field. Not well. We don't find the end zone nearly as often I would like, but Saquon's going to change that. Barkley is gone. Touchdown, Saquon Barkley in the blink of an eye. We score a touchdown. Couldn't capitalize with Weathersby on the play previous, but Saquon just goes right up the middle. Great blocking and then great speed and agility from Saquon Barkley. Big touchdown. And Saquon showing that maybe he's the best running back in the game. Could have fooled me earlier with Ralph Falk, for sure. Saquon showing out to end the third quarter. 27-13. We're starting to run away with it a bit. Get after Trey Lance. We're going to leave him because Farley goes after him. John Boss wraps up Kittle. His momentum carried him back towards the line of scrimmage. John Boss ends up making a great tackle as a result. And the Niners are going to be forced to punt. We've held George Kittle on that play, adding into it. 2 catches for -1 yard. Excellent from our defense. And that just really goes to show Just how athletic our linebackers are and capable of covering, you know, one of the league's best players. All right, it's 3rd and 1. You know who's getting the football here. Sometimes Nick Duval is. Even on the field, he is. But it's going to go to Saquon Barkley, surely. And we got it. I think, yes, they're going to give it to us. I think we go to Duval here. We got the size. We got the matchup. Jimmy Ward, I mean, he's a fish out of water. And that actually puts Nick Duval in the zone. He's got something. Yeah, wins aggressive catches versus single coverage. Do we have time enough to make this throw, though? We're going deep. He's got to win it. There's Nick Duval, and he fumbled the football. It's bouncing around. Momentum takes him to the end zone. Tony can't get him. Trayvon Mullen running it back. How do we fumble in that spot, Nick? You're in the zone. You just made a great catch, and you've thrown it all away. Duval put the football on the ground. You can't do that. Fred Warner rips it out. Was his knee down? That's going to be the question. All turnovers are reviewed. I need a second look. Maybe a third, maybe a fourth and a fifth as well. That left knee is down. That's no fumble. That is a first down, New York. That left knee is down. I know the right knee comes down shortly afterward as well, but that is no fumble. That is Giants football. Give me the good news. Giants ball. Giants ball. Giants ball. Overturned. Ball on the 10. Let's go. And Tony drops the football. First action of the game really for Kadarius Toney, and it might be the last. Run up the middle. Barkley. Power. Down to the 1. Tony, dude, I mean, it's a touchdown if he catches it, because that run gets us in. Maybe, you know, 49ers call a different play, whatever, but really hurt our chances there. Let's get Saquon Barkley into the backfield here. We're gonna go under center. We're gonna follow Evan Neal and James Daniels and punch it in. Oh, great block from Nick Duval. Are you kidding me? Making it all happen. Barkley finds pay dirt for the second time today. And it's going to be 34-13. New York Giants domination. That's going to be open. I mean, it's man coverage. I got to treat it like man coverage. We can't try to bait a throw. He's letting Falk go for 200 yards on us. I mean, great throw from Trey Lance. We said, oh, and that was not even Falk. That was Strong. And they're going to do it again. This time we went zone, and they beat us anyway. Is that going to be a catch on the sideline? Yep, sure is. That's going to be, oh, Glenn Gore. Yeah, had it. That was such a sick play. You just got to finish it. Come away with the football. Come on. Man coverage. Dangerous game. Dangerous game. It's going to be a run. Oh, you are wrapped up beyond belief, buddy. 15 rushes for 149 yards. That was not good for me. 3rd and goal. Keep them out of the end zone. Run the ball if you want to. I'd love you for it. Gonna go end zone. This is George Kittle. Yeah, that felt really tough to stop, I would say. Touchdown Niners. Is there enough time? They're gonna be down by 2 touchdowns with 4 minutes to go. Only 2 timeouts. I'd like to think no, but I've seen how I play sometimes. It's possible. Dude, they know that I'm running that play every single time, and they bring a safety up to take it away. They really did their homework. It's frustrating when the team does tape study and knows what you want to do. I come out in that formation to go ahead and, like, toss the ball across, and they're all over it. Run from Saquon, though. He goes over 100. Oh, there goes Saquon. Oh, my goodness. That should have been a huge run. He got stumbled up. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning, though. Niners breathing their last breaths. Poor Saquon. Oh, he's going to have a big game today. It's 10 yards every time he touches the football right now. 49ers have called their final timeout. It's not going to help much. Oh, Barkley. Shut down. Does well to fight for a yard or two. 3rd and 1. There goes Saquon. And we're looking to finish this game off. Punch it into the end zone. We don't have to. but it's for effect, showing us that we can actually score at a high rate. Yeah, we put up 34. It's a really good number. You know, teams would love to score 34 points a game. You'd be one of the highest, if not the highest scoring offense of all time. I think maybe the Saints were a little bit higher, maybe like 2019 or something, 2018, something around then. The Saints, I want to say maybe even 38 points per game, but that just seems like so many that it's impossible as Saquon takes us over to the 40. 40 bomb. There's 41 for good measure. Offense really came alive in the second half. Defense, I think, for the most part, I was a little bit disappointed by. Yeah, the Niners only come away with 20 points. It's not exactly a super high-scoring offense in terms of actual production, but we were not good enough in stopping Ralph Falk. And why that happened, I can't really tell you. He was just a monster. There he is, 162 total yards. He just was unreal. And then when it wasn't him, it was Strong, the other running back. So, I mean, we couldn't figure it out in this game, but that's okay. We end up with a big-time win here. And there's George Kittle. They might have one play. Final play of the game. Let's see what they do. Lance going deep. And that's ooh, they're actually going to have one more snap. Final play. Lance unloading. This has got to be a pick. Victor Farr, the rookie, comes away with the takeaway. And in this game, we saw probably the two biggest plays of our two first-round picks' careers. Kendall Weathersby catching kind of like a little wheel up the sideline, goes for a big gain. And then Victor Farr, yeah, we had already won the game at this point, but he gets credit for an interception. It's a confidence builder, and it's a nice way to win the ball game. Kind of like, you know, cherry on top of the sundae, icing on the cake. It's a big-time win in my opinion. And, yeah, we didn't play a great first half, but we absolutely exploded in half number 2, and can't really complain about that. 21 points in the third quarter, 14 in the fourth. Just a great second half. Cody Bailey goes for 332, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Always nice when that happens. Trey Lance wasn't too bad either. Just throw the interception at the end of the game, but obviously that doesn't really matter too much. Saquon, I mean, I got a lot of attempts. 27 for 165 and 3 touchdowns. What a game from Saquon Barkley. I don't want to talk about Ralph Falk anymore. I've seen enough of him for a lifetime. And then receiving. I mean, George Kittle ended up having whatever. Don't want to talk about it. Nick Duval, though. 8 catches for 154 and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 6 for 124 and a touchdown. Weathersby, 2 for 54. Obviously, we ran the ball quite a bit today. And Kadarius Toney had a drop. So, you know, we didn't exactly target as many guys as we usually do. Usually Saquon has a catch. He was targeted. It was a bad throw from Cody Bailey. That'll happen. I'm not really too upset about it. And then defensively, we defended the pass well, did not do so well against the run. 3 tackles for loss for Boss, 2 for Kayvon Thibodeau, 1 sack for Thibodeau, and then half a sack for Jeffrey Simmons, Robert Quinn, Derek Cooper, and John Bost. Interception, obviously, at the end for Victor Farr, and a forced fumble for McKinney, covered by Dontrell Cobb. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to advance the week. I will leave it here. We will potentially be able to make a trade to start next episode. Usually I make these, you know, a week, but since the trade deadline is pretty big, we made a trade to start, and we could potentially make a trade to finish it. You know, I'm not really sure what we would do, but this is going to give you guys an opportunity to make your voices heard in the comments. The guys with expiring contracts, Kayvon Thibodeau, Kadarius Toney, Evan Neal, and Wan'Dale Robinson. Pretty much everyone else is on a 2-year deal or more, or a backup. But that is where we are. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Take it easy.